Morning, dear students. Hello again. Let's complete talking about future time. While each of the 9 models we talked about yesterday, can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, and must, has its own range of meanings, the past tense models all tend to have a hypothetical or tentative meaning. As we said before, tentative means confused or uncertain or not sure. We saw this same subjunctive use of the past tense in chapter 7 when we talked about the past tense or the past time. Talking about past time with the use of the past tense in if clauses. If you remember, let's have an example here. If I were you, I would not do that. If I were you, I would. Would is one of the 9 models. We use it in the subjunctive mode. To see the typical difference between a present tense model and its past tense counterpart, compare the following sentences which we discussed earlier. Present tense, we can meet at lunchtime. Past tense, we could meet at lunchtime. If we remember what we said before, the speakers in both sentences are making a suggestion. However, the sentences have very different implications. The speaker who can or who used can is making a proposal that the speaker expects the listeners to accept or at least to offer an alternative, make another suggestion. The speaker who used could is throwing out a much more tentative suggestion that invites discussion and even counter proposals. So he's not sure, he's not certain, he is tentative. Exercise 3. Pick the appropriate form of the pair of models. We have a pair of models on the left here in each sentence. Pick one of them that best fits the meaning of the sentence and write it in the blank space within the sentences or the sentence. The first question is done as an example. We have may or might here, a pair of models. We might drop by after dinner. Drop by means visit or come to visit, but it will probably be too late. So the speaker here is tentative, is not sure, so we use the past form of the verb may. Number 1 here, we have can and could. I have every confidence that you do it. I have every confidence that you, so the speaker here is sure that this person can do it, so we use can, because it's possible. Number 2, electrical devices meet legal standards wherever possible. So the speaker is not sure because he uses here the word possible, so it should be should. The answer here is should, because the speaker is tentative. Number 3, we have will and would. We meet with the committee at 9 tomorrow morning, so the speaker is sure, we use will. Number 4, may or might. It rained, but the weather looks pretty good, so the speaker is not sure because the weather looks pretty good. This is why we use the past form of may, which is might. So the answer here is might. Number 5, we have can and could. They make the change if it were. So this is subjunctive. We use the past form, of course, so the answer is could. Number 6, we have will and would. I'd be happy to do it if I had the time. Again, if I had the time, so the answer is would, because it's subjunctive, hypothetical. Number 7, we have may and might. You go out and play now. I give you permission, so this is may, because this is possible. I give you the permission to go outside and play now. Number 8, we have shall and should. Electrical devices meet legal standards or the permit will be denied. So this is a prediction for the future, so, and the speaker looks sure about what he or she is saying, so we use shall. Number 9, we have can and could. The animals take care of themselves just fine. So this looks like the speaker is sure. We use can, number 9. Number 10, will and would. We keep it or keep at it until the job is done. We will keep at it. We will keep doing this until the job is done. We will keep working until the job is done. Let's move to the second point in this unit or this lesson, using the present and present progressive tenses for future time. Both the present and present progressive tenses can be used to talk about the future, but in slightly different ways. The present tense is used for established events, schedules, timetables, events that are fixed, okay, or scheduled, as I said, or events that are known or fixed. For example, our flight leaves at 7:35 because every day, or there is a schedule for this. We know a long time ago that the flight leaves at 7:35. The moon rises at 6:45 this evening. The meeting begins at 2:30. The break today starts at 10:30 because every day it starts at 10:30. This is a schedule, this is a timetable, this is a fixed event or a known event. We use the present tense in questions when we ask for information that is already established or known, but the person asking the question doesn't know the answer. He or she needs an answer, but other people should know it. When does the next train for Chicago leave? So the person who asks or asking the question doesn't know and wants to know, but other people know the fact. When does your school start this year? When does Ms. Kaufman get back from vacation? Another way to think of the present tense is that it is used for information that is old, in the sense that it is already fixed and known to others, though again not to the person asking the question. Old information is fixed information or known to others, but the person who asks the question wants to know, doesn't know. On the other hand, the present progressive is used for information that is not already established or not known by another member of the conversation. Yani both the speaker and the listener don't know the answer. In that sense, it is new information, not old information like the present tense. Here is a typical situation in which the present progressive is appropriate and the present is ungrammatical. Your immediate supervisor makes the following announcement to you and your colleagues. Mr. Brown is calling a special meeting tomorrow at 4 o'clock. The use of the present progressive is calling here signals that your supervisor knows that you and your colleagues could not have known or anticipated this new information. So this information is new to you all. The use of the present tense instead of the present progressive for the same message would be ungrammatical. So we can say, Mr. Brown calls a special meeting tomorrow at 4 o'clock because it's not a fixed event. Here are some more examples where the present progressive is grammatical but the present is not. Here the first sentence, the present progressive, I am not answering any calls this afternoon. This is something like an announcement. So the listeners didn't know this type of information before. So this is new information. If we use the present instead of the present progressive, it would be ungrammatical. I do not answer any call this afternoon. Of course, grammatically, it's not correct. Another sentence, present progressive, we are going back early, so get your coat. If we use the present, it would be ungrammatical. We go back early, so get your coat. Third sentence, I'm telling my parents the good news when we see them. present, which is ungrammatical. I tell my parents the good news when we see them. Neither tense can be used for unpredictable, unplanned future events. For example, I can say the Yankees, an American team, I don't remember in which sport, are winning tomorrow's game. The Yankees are winning tomorrow's game. This is unpredictable tense. We are not sure. Maybe they will lose. Or unplanned future events. This is just a prediction. So we can use will here. The Yankees will win tomorrow's game or may win tomorrow's game, but the present progressive here is ungrammatical. The use of the present tense also is ungrammatical here. The Yankees win tomorrow's game. This is not a timetable. This is not something scheduled. This is something unpredictable. Exercise 8.4. Each of the following sentences has a blank space where the verb should go. In front of each sentence, there are two verb forms and parentheses. The present and the present perfect. No, not the present perfect, the present and the present progressive. This must be a mistake, sorry. The present and the present progressive. Pick which form best suits the meaning of the sentence and write it in the blank space. If neither one is appropriate, write none. The first question is done as an example. We have begins, present tense, is beginning, present progressive. The play begins promptly at 8. The play at the theater, because this is a schedule. The play begins promptly at 8 every day. So we use the present tense. Number 1, we have drifts and is drifting. Fortunately, the storm out to sea tonight. The answer is drifting because it's new information. Number 2, so the answer here is drifting. Number 2, we have comes and is coming. Due to an accident on the freeway, he is coming late because it's new information. It's something sudden. Okay? Falls or is falling. Christmas on a Saturday next year. This is a calendar, something fixed. We can easily know when Christmas falls next year. So the answer is false. False. Number 4, take and am taking. I won't be at the meeting Tuesday. I, the day off. I, the day off. I'm taking because the listeners don't know this. It's new information for them. Number 5, we have rains is raining. It, tomorrow. It's unpredictable, unplanned, so none of these tenses is applicable. So none. The answer is none of them. Does the office open or is the office opening? When? When does the office open or when is the office opening? The office has a schedule. They have their own hours. They open at a specific hour and close at a specific hour every day. So the answer should be present tense. When does the office open? When does the office open? Number 7, close or are closing. All the banks at 6 today. All the banks at 6 today. All the banks close because banks have their hours from 9 to 5, from 10 to 6 and so on. So it's a schedule or it's a timetable or it's a fixed time. Number 8, catch and are catching. They, the late flight tonight. They, the late flight tonight. This is new information to the listener, so it should be are catching. Are catching. Number 9, closes is closing. The stock market, up tomorrow. We're not sure because this is unpredictable. or not sure whether it will be open or closed. So the answer is none. None, because this is a prediction. None. Number 10, get or are getting. We eat a pizza for dinner tonight. It's not a schedule, it's new information. The mother tells her kids that they are getting a pizza for dinner tonight, which is new information to them. And this is the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much.